Hello, 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 and welcome to PitchZone, a weekly gathering of coaches that help one presenter improve a short pitch. My name is Claudio, I'm a presentation coach, and it's my absolute delight to welcome today's presenter, which is Damian Williams. Damian, welcome to PitchZone. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a real pleasure, and I love your background here. This looks so good. I really, really like that. If your pitch is as good as your background, we are in for a treat here today.
I hope so.
Very good, very good. Damien, what are you going to pitch today?
I'm going to pitch basically the business as though well to basically would be investors. So I have a short 5 minute pitch to basically raise investment.
Okay, okay, the business.
The business.
Okay, sounds like something that will be very, very cool. And we have somebody online as well joining us on YouTube right now. Thanks for the thumbs up. And if you want to put in your name, say hello quickly so we know who is out there while I'm going to continue introducing our coaches here today. So, Damien, I will move some things around on the screen. Bring in Nathan Gold. He's hailing from San Francisco, pitch coach extraordinaire, and of course, always with us here at PitchZone. Nathan, how are you today?
Fantastic. Doing well. The sun is shining today in Northern California for a change.
Oh, I heard you had like that weather like of the century, right? Like snow and all kinds of things that are not really Californian, right?
Exactly. But we needed the rain, we need the snow, and most of the reservoirs are now filling up. So hopefully
Good.
our drought issues are minimized.
All right, all right. So Nathan, I'm gonna put you right into that corner up there. You
All
know
right.
your spot here, and bring in Scotty, also from San Francisco, with the extreme weather. Scotty, how are you today?
I am well. I'm well. We're looking forward to learning more about CME.
Yes, okay. It's the business. It's the business. We will see. I'm so looking forward to this, actually. Very, very cool. And Scotty is our language expert with, of course, a lot of experience in the startup community. Always great, great feedback. I look forward to see what you notice in Damien's pitch today, Scotty. And I'm going to bring in our third coach, Massimo Peroncelli, joining us from all the way on the other side of the globe from Thailand. I'm sure you don't have any snow and sleet over there. Massimo, how are you today?
Thank you. I'm very, very good. Thank you. Yeah, sure. We are in the middle of the summer, so just waiting for the rainy season to start. But I don't look forward to it. So I enjoy summer.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's definitely getting summer over here for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So I'm going to put you into the coaches row as well, and want to say very quickly hi to Rick Pollack, who is joining us on YouTube. Rick, I hope you're doing well in Boston, Massachusetts. Rick is one of our regular coaches here at PitchZone as well, and he will certainly provide his feedback in the comment section today as well. So thanks for making it, Rick. And with that, Damien, are you ready?
I'm ready. I think my screen's frozen again, has it?
But we'll just, for the moment, we'll just keep on going because we are going to switch the screen to your presentation screen anyways. So let me bring that one up and we'll just hear your voice. That comes in loud and clear, no problem there. And we can see your slides, and hopefully those will be moving as you step through them.
And can I
So
just check you see my whole screen?
yes,
The whole slide? Yeah.
we
Okay.
can see the slide. That looks actually beautiful, your slide. And before you start, Damien, who is your target audience?
My target audience are investors, angel investors.
Eh,
And so in the UK,
Yep.
and yeah, basically, yeah, that's the audience.
All right, all right. And normally we do 3 minutes. You mentioned that this pitch might be 5 minutes. Did you cut it down to 3, or are you shooting for 5? Just so we
It's going to
know.
be 5. I mean, you can stop me at 3 if you want, but it will.
No, no, no,
it
no, no, no,
will
no,
run.
no. If you want to practice, in a full pitch for some event that's coming up or so, where you really, really want to get the thing, it's just for us to know that we are putting on the right filters and not get nervous after 3 minutes and think, when is he wrapping up? When is he wrapping up? So
Sorry,
it's
it'll
all
be
good.
about 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I hope to keep you very interested.
No, me too, me too, me too. And with that, Damian, take a deep, deep breath. I'm so sorry we cannot see how you are looking in the camera, but we'll just go from here. Damian, whenever you're ready, take a deep, deep breath, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Damian, the founder of CME. I've spent 20 plus years in HR tech, and I've seen the workplace and the hiring landscape evolve a lot in that time. Today, employers are struggling to connect with Gen Z. Gen Z wants to work for organizations whose values they feel aligned with. But how do you connect or align with an old-fashioned job post when you've grown up watching YouTube and TikTok? CME brings jobs to life with video. Our video job posts reach new audiences, allowing employers to market their jobs in a modern, vibrant way, communicating why us. Candidates are routed to the company careers page or managed in CME, where we offer video applications that help candidates like Victoria here shine. With CME, you streamline your hiring and grow a workforce aligned with your company values. CME is already developed and being used. We're raising investment to scale the business, and I'd like to tell you about our plans. Let me start by introducing the CME leadership team. Our CTO is Andrew, co-founder of TechMagic, a 300-strong development agency in Eastern Europe. Tom James, an early-stage tech investor with some very successful companies including Zendesk and Cognizant. Olivia, our marketing advisor with extensive experience in B2B and B2C. And Sam Zappi, founder of Student Nights, which now has over 50,000 members. So, what about the Gen Z audience? Half of Gen Z is already employed. By 2030, they'll account for a third of the UK workforce, 10 million people. And they move around a lot, changing jobs every 18 months. That's nearly 7 million job changes a year, 100 million job applications, and potentially 1 billion job post views in the UK alone. Why switch to a video job post? Gen Z spends over 4 hours a day on devices, watching a lot of short videos that have 8 seconds to grab attention. Gen Z cares about what an organization's purpose is, where they stand on key issues, what their values are. These need communicating authentically, and video is the best medium to do this. What are the other Gen Z behaviors are unique? Their interactions are fast and light. Why email when you can message? Long-winded hiring processes, no interest. Outdated tech, unsubscribe. CME streamlines hiring for everyone with simple workflows, video applications, and WhatsApp messaging. We're focusing our sales efforts on the top 5 sectors that hire Gen Z. Our ideal employers hire graduates or students or hire in high volumes. They have a great story to tell, their mission, their growth, employee progression, or just being a fantastic place to work. We'll reach these employers through email outreach, job fairs, and, when it comes to hospitality, good old-fashioned door-to-door. We piloted a video job board in Brighton, focusing on the retail and hospitality space, signing up some great brands such as the Grand Hotel, Pizza Pilgrims, as well as some iconic businesses, franchises, boutique retailers, bars, and restaurants. We understand the employer and talent acquisition cost. We forecast reducing these by 50 to 70% within the first year. In the next 12 months, we'll onboard more than 200 employers, publish over 500 video job posts, and sign up 10,000 talent users. We're raising £250,000. We have SEIS assurance and an R&D grant that extends our runway beyond 18 months. CME is already developed and being used. 80% of the investment is for growth. We'll be profitable by year 3, having grown our annual recurring revenue to more than 600,000. More than 800 employers will be using CME, and over 500,000 Gen Z talent will have signed up. Who else is doing this? The competitive landscape is changing quickly. Indeed dominates the job board world, but is 100% text-based, increasingly out of touch with Gen Z, and now has to contend with Google Jobs for traffic. And applicant tracking systems just scatter jobs to a myriad of other text-based job boards. A new market segment is opening up, serving Gen Z, where CME is placed. A handful of platforms operate in this space currently, the closest being Giggle, who raised $1.5 million on a $7 million valuation at the end of 2021. We are well positioned to quickly establish ourselves in this emerging and exciting market. Thank you for your time today. Can I take any questions?
Okay. Damian, this was an absolutely solid pitch. And the one thing I loved so much are your slides. I was really concerned originally when you froze up and you weren't moving anymore, because that takes away a lot. But your slides certainly made up for that. Now, what I do recommend, let's take a quick 10 seconds, leave the meeting quickly and come back. Forget about the slide sharing or anything, just leave, come back, and that will reactivate your video.
I'll see you in 1 sec. Thank you.
And while Damian is doing that, what do you think, coaches? This was solid. This was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was very good. And well done.
All right. So, Scotty, you started to speak first. So you're going to be the person that will provide feedback to Damian first when he comes back. If he comes back.
No, I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? I should maybe wait and give more feedback.
No, wait. Yeah, wait until he is back. Before when he, he's coming in. There we go. All right, and now we can see Damian. He has some movement again. Damian, welcome back. And here is Scotty with your first couple of bits of feedback.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. And well done, even though you couldn't see yourself. Maybe that made it easier. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Yeah, no, I thought it was very good. I thought some of the slides were a little bit busy, though. Like, for instance, the management slide, I think it was around 155, was hard for me to read. And I also, around the 3-minute mark, when you had segmented the kinds of video things that Gen Z is looking for, I just found some of it a little bit busy. So if there's a way to maybe make some of the font larger or maybe fewer words on it, perhaps, I think would be helpful. And I know you've had many years experience in the HR world, but tell me why you came up with this particular mix. Because the industry was moving that way, or you just tried it out in one of your other?
Yeah, well, I actually started basically with the video CV, kind of basically helping my wife actually create her CV and going like, geez, this has not changed in decades. And that's, so the first release was actually a video CV platform. But then we kind of looked at it and thought, well, actually, employers need to do the same thing. In some respects, more importantly now, especially after COVID, and how they kind of establish that connection. And obviously from a monetization point of view. So I did originally have a presentation that started with the video CV story and kind of built up to the kind of the sort of connecting it all together. But I kind of found that potentially I was exhausting people with and we did this and we did that. And then sort of like by the time you kind of show the big vision, which is what I'm trying to do up front, they were kind of a bit done in. So I kind of dropped the whole CV story, even though it was actually the start of it, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a way to weave in a little bit of that. It just makes it more personal to me, and I don't know. You know, you can choose to put it in where it fits. Could be at the beginning, middle, or end. Somehow in the beginning, it sort of draws me in a little bit more personally. It's like, oh, okay, you know, that's the idea. Not that you were not only that you're a professional in industry, but you were working on a real world application where you know, and that's how you spotted the problem.
Yeah.
And the opportunity, and therefore the opportunity.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And yes, I totally agree with what Scotty said about the slides. I love them. Congratulations. They really look professional and clean and modern. And my advice would be just, not mine, but just create 2 sets of slides. One, maybe printed on paper or PDF for the investors, and the other one with less words to show them, right? So you don't throw anything away because they're wonderful, beautiful. So absolutely do that. So just some of them, I wrote down like the one with the Gen Z on top. It was really busy. I mean, I didn't have time to read it all.
Sure.
And so that's basically my advice would be, just make 2 of them. In general, I loved your voice. To me, it was perfect tone, perfect volume, perfect pronunciation. But to me, it sounded like BBC News, which is perfect. But it was too perfect, too monotone in a way. Again, perfect, but I would have expected more, maybe, you know, speeding it up or slowing it down or a little bit more passion in some points. Again, to me, it was great listening to you. And then I said, okay, but this is not the news, and I wanted to hear something more, some more you into the pitch, right? Not just the perfect man pronouncing all the things perfect.
Yeah.
And what else? At the beginning, you said that CME is already being used, but you do not provide any numbers because, I mean, of course, if it's like 5 companies using that or 1,000, it makes a difference. So if it makes sense, if you think it's enough companies, maybe throw out that number because it helps to understand that whatever you're already doing. What else? Let me check my notes. One small thing that maybe is me. I'm Italian, I don't speak English. So in one slide, there was 18-month runaway. Should have been 18 months with the S at the end, right?
Okay. Yes.
So just, if there's plural, should be S there. And I think it's, to me, there was really great slides, great speech, pitch, and that was my advice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now that's really great, especially such specific on the tone. Someone has mentioned tonality to me before. That it kind of like it's kind of very kind of a bit formal. You know, needs to kind of be maybe a little bit.
Absolutely. That was, to me, was perfect. It was really wonderful to listen to your voice. But again, maybe in a pitch, there are some specific points in which you want to emphasize more, or slow it down, or speed it up, or make it louder or softer.
Thank you.
So, Damian, I want to pick it up here with your opening, where you started out telling us that you had 20 plus years, and that immediately established credibility for whatever was coming next. For me, that was an excellent mention in the beginning. Instead of repeating what Massimo and Scotty just said, I'm going to go straight to what popped out for me more than anything. And that is that there's an elephant in the room here you did not address. And I feel like an investor will spot this almost instantly, depending on where you pitch and who you're pitching to. Do you know what the elephant is I'm referring to?
I guess it would be, I don't know whether it's talking about who's using it at the moment or revenue numbers, existing revenue.
Nope, no. It's your competition. I mean,
Okay.
in the States here, we have Indeed spending millions of dollars throwing advertisements at us on the television and on Spotify. And now you're coming along and you're going to compete with that? That is huge. I mean, that's
Yeah.
math. And Indeed is only one of those that are pounding us with, finding people for your positions faster. My daughter's a recruiter and she uses some of these tools all the time to find people and so forth. But my point to you is this. How do I say this gently? All right, I'll just say it. What you shared today felt like a feature, not a product.
Okay.
And that's really dangerous for investors, because I think they're going to look at this and say, well, wait a minute now. Video. Well, video is already being used in interview processes. We know that to some degree. So now you're going to add a video onto a job posting. Why is that a product and not I just feel like the message needs to be reframed up in a way that makes it more of a product rather than a feature. To me, it sounded a bit like a feature. And I know you're going to get caught on that one very quickly. So how do you fix that? I won't point out something without helping you fix it. You need to spend more time on your traction. You went through your customers, boom, 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 so fast. Tell me why your customers are your customers. What have they tried? I'm sure they've tried Indeed and every other thing out there and not succeeded. So that's your opportunity to help us understand why your product is so valuable and bring that value out through some of your customers, even just one, and then summarize. And all of our customers feel the way this one feels instead of having to go through 9 different stories. So I'll start with that one because I feel like that's the big one standing out for me.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You don't have to rebut it at all. It's just
no. It's a very good. It's a very interesting kind of way of putting it in terms of the feature versus the product. In some respects, I get it, and I think there are a lot of. I guess I was trying to lead with the main feature because it is the differentiator, and basically the kind of like hopefully the thing that people get. But I can appreciate that it potentially is like, well, okay, it needs to be seen as a bit more than that.
I love your idea of using it as your lead. I mean, bringing jobs to life with video, to me, was a very intriguing tagline that you said.
Yeah.
So show me why that's so valuable and why Gen Z is attracted to this and why your customers love it. And then the story will become much bigger. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mute.
I love
Claudio.
the feedback. Thank you, Nathan. Really, really great distinction here. And I also want to quickly bring up a comment that Rick left on YouTube. First of all, great pitch, Damian. It wasn't clear how much you charged the employers and job seekers to access the platform. How will the pricing model make you profitable in 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So you may want to just, think about and add that information. You don't have to answer it right now and here, but just think about it, that this is something that when somebody listens to it, they may miss that kind of information. And then the second comment from Rick is, do you have any IP that will prevent companies, big companies, for doing the same thing that CME is doing right now? And I'm curious to hear actually a response or an answer to that one. Do you have anything in place?
Well, obviously got IP protection, but that's not necessarily. I mean, in terms of patents or copyrights, no. We just have the trademarks and obviously protecting our own IP. But I don't think it would be possible to prevent someone from doing. I mean, other people are doing a similar thing already, so I don't think it's possible in terms of doing that. I think it's a case of just basically getting big quickly.
Okay. Fair enough. Scotty, you have another comment you said here in the back channel. Please take it from here.
Well, I think Rick asked the question. Mine was going to be similar. Like, I didn't really understand your revenue model, whether it's subscription based or what. That wasn't clear to me at all. And I can't remember how many customers you have that are using it right now.
Okay, yeah, about 20. I don't think I gave a number. I just said that I just put up the logos and stuff. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should. I had planned to basically put in the subscription model or the basis of charging. I guess I left some of the detail out just because I knew that it's kind of like I thought put some headline numbers up rather than going into too much detail on financials. I kind of figured that was a kind of not for the pitch kind of process. It's more like that's something that someone go, oh, I'm interested in the idea. Now show me more kind of thing. So I guess that's why I didn't kind of go into details on the pricing and how that leads to profitability. But I do take the point on that. There needs to be a clear route to that. Yeah, there's a couple of things out there I didn't get to put in as well, which I consider I should, which was around the propositions that we do offer talent, which is kind of a virtual interview room and the video CV and just generally performing with video. So kind of one of the differentiators too, indeed, is that, once someone does sign up, we kind of give them value outside of just like, well, you've applied for a job and you probably won't even hear from us when you don't get it. So kind of creating that stickiness with talent. And that, I guess I need to probably really bring that in basically, because that is potentially a differentiator as to how we will grow a user base that will come back vis-a-vis indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't realize it was 8 seconds that you would take, like you need to grab someone's attention in 8 seconds. I'm wondering if you could do something clever with that, because I know you had two examples of how the video works.
Yeah.
One from the applicant side, I couldn't hear it and I couldn't see it well at all. I was really leaning in. And I think there was a missed opportunity here to bring it front and center. Like, because you've got these two markets that you're accessing, and I don't know which one is more profitable, actually.
Yeah.
So I think you can maximize your differentiating factors more elegantly, and also the way to get around sort of using fewer words is by doing that. Like the first video I thought was really good. And also you can pause a little bit more when you're giving your information so that it can sink in and so that we have time to read and look at what we're.
Yeah, I think I was kind of conscious of 5 minutes and really trying to basically stay as close to that as possible. And so I kind of I took the kind of pauses out, which I would much rather kind of have in. And I know that that's a bad idea to do that. You kind of you got to just basically look at it in other ways because you kind of disrupt the flow. And obviously that is talking to, Massimo's point around tonality and the kind of just the ebb and the flow of the kind of audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had this crazy thought. I don't know if you've thought of this. You could almost, how you offer, I'm assuming you offer your the potential employee the video room. What if you made yours like a job, like a cover, like your own CV, like your own job application?
Say that again to me, sorry.
Maybe you could try making your pitch like a job, like a video CV.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's something I had. Yes. Yeah. I mean, one of the things I'm thinking about is basically in order to get around the fact that you need this kind of presentation deck and a pitch deck, basically going, well, actually, I'm just going to have a presentation deck and I'm going to record and we'll deliver it as a video. So someone can watch, I'll get it down to 3 minutes. So basically then people basically get it, it's like one deck delivered and you either watch a video or you hear it live kind of thing. And potentially to deliver that in the format that you say, because then it could be part of the video. So
Yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, the technology, of course, could be an issue. You always have to have a backup to just vocally deliver it, with or without slides, with or without notes. But
sorry, you broke up a bit there. Was that just my end, or I didn't quite catch that?
oh, I was just saying that I've lost my train of thought. That potentially it would be great to do it as a video. Technology can always be an issue, so you have to be
Yeah.
prepared to give it vocally, with or without slides, and with or without notes as your backup. But I think it would be really interesting and clever to see you in the technology that you are selling to the companies.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
And Damian, when it comes to something like what's happening today with your video, two things. One is please work on making sure that your video connection and your camera and your computer are working much better than today. And I know we had some hiccups, but obviously this is not the best way for you to get somebody enthusiastic and excited about a video product when you can't make your own video work. So I get it, technology, but a point that Scotty just made is really, really important. You need to be able to visually describe what people would be seeing, even if it's only a 30-second or 20-second description. I remember Jeff Hawkins walking out on stage 20 years ago with the Palm Pilot, or the handspring version of the Palm Pilot that he walked, and he set the thing down on the little Elmo device, and all the technology broke. It just stopped. So he grabbed the handspring, he walked out to the middle of the stage, and he says, all right, well, if this was working, what you would see right now, and blah, blah. And he literally described what we would be seeing using visual language. And then about a minute into the pitch, the tech came back up and he was asked to go back over and start over, which is very rare with a 5-minute pitch like that at the demo conference. And it was amazing. So this is going to happen, but hopefully you can minimize the chances of this happening again by either upgrading your internet, upgrading your whatever you need to do to make sure that you minimize the chances of this happening. Okay. Now, one thing that Claudio said that's really, I'm sorry, that Scotty said that was really important is the first 8 seconds that you mentioned. This is one where, why wait? Why don't you just blast right into? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to Gen Zs getting hired, take a look at this. Boom. And just show us a video. Like, get into the video quicker. And maybe that will minimize how many incorrect jumping to conclusions that people will go through as you go through your pitch in the normal way you did it today. If they get a sense of what you're doing even faster and they see it and they can understand it better, then that might minimize those, oh, well, this looks like a feature versus a product.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yes, I was thinking, since you said there are already 20 companies using that, I'm sure you have more than one very special or unique story, either from a employer or employee point of view, that you can use not as a bland fake testimonial, but a real nice, interesting story to show how and why your product is better than others, or why it really works. I'm sure with all these companies, and there will be a couple of stories very unique that you can bring up in a couple of seconds, and to make it really, stand out from the competition.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. No. Definitely.
All right. So I think we covered a lot of ground here, even though we are not yet at the top of the hour, but I think we covered so much ground here right now. And with your video being frozen, Damian, I think we're just going to call it a day for today.
Sure.
And what I would like to do is invite you back for another round if you're up to it, right? And take all the feedback that you got here today. Hopefully, technology-wise, it will work better. And then, come back in a couple of weeks and
Yeah,
do it
I'd
again.
love to. Yeah, I
Cool.
mean,
Cool.
I have so much feedback that I've had from other sources, and it's been such a valuable exercise in kind of like, embedding that in. So I would love the opportunity to, take
Great.
the feedback I heard today and work it,
Yeah. So you know where the calendar is, to just hop on the calendar. And for anybody watching this right now, if you would like to come onto the Pitch Zone, simply go to pitchzone.live and hop on the calendar, pick a date that suits you, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
And with that, I want to thank you, Damian, for a pitch well done. And all of the coaches, thank you very much to provide this valuable feedback to Damian today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next session.
Thank
Have a good
you,
one.
Nathan,
See you.
Scotty,
Okay.
Massimo, and Claudio. Thank you all for your very useful and valuable feedback. Very much appreciated.
Truly our pleasure. Truly our pleasure, Damian. See you next time. Have fun. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.